Hello, hello, hello! How's everyone doing today? It's Friday! Yeah! Delete that, delete that, delete that. There we go. Cool. How's everyone doing today? It is Friday, my dudes and dudettes and other folks. And, yeah, it's a pretty chill Friday. It's gonna be a nice, easy, relaxing day of just kind of hanging out and printing because right now I've got two builds on the go. We got Rat Rig Tuesdays and V0 Saturdays. So for the next couple weeks, Fridays are just gonna be print and chill. We're just gonna print some things and just kind of hang out. Am I Prusa shilling? I don't know. I got the Saval out. So I was kind of cleaning, and well, by cleaning I mean moving the pile of stuff from one area to another and just kind of putting off actually cleaning. And I realized I actually haven't put these two machines together, or compared them together. So I figured what we're gonna do on the stream today is my camera's not gonna work, so the first thing we're gonna do on the stream today is figure out why this camera isn't working. Why aren't you working? Why aren't you working? Deactivate, activate. There we go. So the first thing we're gonna do is fix it, and then I've got the Mark III, and then I got the Saval SV06. I've gone and flat. This is running back Marlin. This is back on Marlin. Their Marlin. Apparently there's a new version of Marlin that somebody made that has input shaper. This is stock Saval updated Marlin. This is Prusa Marlin. We're gonna print the same thing on both and just compare because I've never actually put these two machines head to head. Why not? Plus I got the bamboo doing its thing in the background because I figure, you know, make it an ODSD helmet because why not? So you might hear that whining in the background. Oh yeah, I'm not doing Rat Rig shilling today. I'm actually, I am Prusa shilling today. Oh shit! Somebody don't tell the other YouTubers. They'll make videos. It's pretty obvious the bamboo is running. You know I can't hide that from you. I was actually thinking of getting the P1P running today too, but we'll see, because I need to print a visor. I might do that on my Voron just because the earplugs only do so much for noise canceling. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do today. I think there's a new version of the new Prusa slicer. Let me find it here. And for those that don't know, the Saval has its own Cura profile. I'm not a huge Cura fan. So what I've been doing is legit just running the Saval with the exact same profile as a Mark III. So we'll download the newest beta Prusa slicer version. We'll use the stock Mark III profile and we'll slice the exact same thing for both machines. I'll run it both on the same brand of filament and we'll just both let them do their thing. And we'll just compare. I think that's a fair test because it takes, you know, if it's the exact same G code, they should be a pretty equal comparison. I think that's fair. Do you think that's fair? Yeah, there's I don't know if this is the one I downloaded the other day, but they got a new alpha 2. So let me just get this set up here. Extract all, extract. Which IEMs? I don't know. They're ZSN Pro Classic Upgrade. They were like 30 bucks on Amazon Canada, and I got a Bluetooth, a FIFO Bluetooth DAC. No Alpha 3. Is there an Alpha 3? Oh, okay, maybe it is Alpha 3. Okay, well, it says Alpha 2 here, but it's Alpha 3. I don't know. I downloaded it. So there we go. Prusa slicer. There we go. FIO is based You kids keep using that word. I don't think you know what it means. But then again, what do I know? I'm not with it. What I used to be with isn't it anymore, and what's it is strange and scary to me, and it'll happen to you too. Okay, Mark III. Okay. We got, where's generic PLA? I think that is that, and we'll use the Prusa profile. We'll use 0.2 speed. So there we go. So we got that, and then I can just switch it over to, I think I have Saval in here. Yeah, SV06. There we go. So there's our Prusa Mark III. Cool. Okay. Let's get some power into these printers, because right now they got no power. For those that don't know how my basement is set up, I didn't build this house. We purchased it, and the previous owner did the wiring in the basement. So right now, both these printers and the whole streaming setup and the cameras and the lighting are all on the same plug. That's on a different plug, but it's on the same circuit, and we might get that printer going too. So if the stream suddenly cuts out roughly around when a bed is heating up, give me about 10 minutes to reset some breakers and I'll be back. We should be okay though. I've run 5 printers in this room before, so we should be okay. Hoping. I need to find another C14 cable though. How do I have like a million C14 cables and now I can't find them? C14 cable. Got to have a C14 cable. I've got a million of them. I just got to find them. Because I think I like packaged up a bunch of them because I had like them everywhere. Are you a C14 cable? No, you are not a C14. Are you a C14 cable? No, you're an HDMI cable. Are you a C14 cable? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Let's plug it in the back. It plugs it in the back. I had to clean all the dog hair off of this because it was sitting on the floor. Okay, so power. So these are both fully stock. I might do it. I'm really tempted to just keep using the Saval because I like it. I put it back to Clipper or to Marlin. I like how simple it is. Like a lot, like people talking about it online, like even like Joel loves it. It's just a shit simple little cheap machine. So I'm probably going to keep it stock. The only thing I've done to the Prusa is I do have a Pi 02 in it. So it's got a Pi 02 over UART, which if you have a Mark III, you should probably do that mod. And then I've got a webcam for print monitoring. So I do have Octoprint on this. But to be fair, I'm going to run both through SD cards. So it's the same. But, well, moving through. Okay, so heads up, they probably won't be a video this weekend. If I do, I'm throwing it together tomorrow because I have 2 plans for the next 2 videos, and both of them are waiting on stuff that one showed up too late this week for me to get it done, and the other one hasn't showed up yet. So there might be a video this weekend, might not. But one of them is an orange pie. So actually, I gotta unload this filament. Auto load filament. How do I unload? Unload filament. There we go. Unload filament. There we go. So yeah. KPS 3 Pro lot. This would have been a great first printer. Polymaker filament show up? Yes, it did. It showed up like yesterday. So I've got PC, PLA, PA12, lightweight PLA, and another PLA. So I got to print a bunch of drone frames. I'll be doing that this week and then building it. The problem is also the weather is absolute garbage. So flying drones isn't exactly great to do right now. But it is what it is. So I need a filament to print this with. I think we're gonna, speaking of Polymaker, if you want to win Polymaker filament, link in the description. But in terms of Polymaker PLA, I don't think I have 2 spools of different colors. Let me do a little digging here. You know what? We're gonna go Canadian. I've got 2 spools here. I've got, there we go. Unload the filament. There we go. We're gonna go Canadian. I've got 2 spools of filament here from a Canadian manufacturer that I haven't actually used much of yet. So we're gonna use Canadian filament red on that one. And to be fair, you technically should do this with the same exact spool if you're comparing. But I figure, you know, same brand is close enough. And we'll do orange, because I don't have blue. Prepare. Auto home. Yes. There we go. What kind of orange pie? 2. 02. So there might be a video, there might not be. We'll see. We'll see. Bamboo is noisy. Yep. And do you want to know what the fun part is? Here. I have noise canceling on. Let me bump it up to a better one. I don't have the fancy NVIDIA voice one because I don't have a compatible graphics card. I have a it's not here, access, move set up. Temperature, nozzle. Let's keep the nozzle up so I can load some filament here. Okay. We'll go with orange. So let that heat up. There we go. So the question is, what are we actually going to print? Let's see here. No RTX. Yeah, I only got a 1060 in this machine. And then my desktop upstairs is AMD. It's got a 5700 XT. So right in the skull. Didn't E3D just come out with a new torture test? Printables. There we go. Ooh. I gotta print a keyboard now. People have been telling me I gotta print a keyboard. E3D heart print. Yeah, I remember. I gotta find it. E3D heart. Is this it? No, that's not it. But let me pull up their page. They have a new one. This one. Okay. So I'm thinking this is a simple enough print that we should be able to finish it on stream. Downloads, sort by default. There we go. Okay, we'll print it with a brim just to kind of give us a little insurance. Slice now. So this is the 0.2 speed profile for a Mark III. Look at that. It's got, oh, it's gonna be a fun print. Okay. So export G code. We're gonna export that to our SD card. There we go. No brim. Yeah, but I want the print to I'm more concerned about print quality than bed adhesion. Because here's the thing. Prints sticking to your bed and warping off most of the time have nothing to do with the printer itself. Clean your bed or just swap your bed material. That's not a fair way. I've seen people do it in reviews where they review a printer and it's like, oh, prints were warping off the bed. That is not a way I would review a printer. I wouldn't review a printer on that unless the bed was absolutely horrendous that it came with. But like, like if it came with an absolute horrible bed, yeah. But like a print warping is more an issue of your settings and your printer. So now we need to do this again. Delete that because that is not what we're doing. Okay. So we have our SPOOL SV06. We'll just transfer these over. Okay. Generic PLA. Oh, do we not have the Prusa profile? Where's the Prusa profile? Okay, let me go back to the Prusa profile here 1 second. PLA. Actually, what settings are the temps at? Okay, that's fine. And we were at, we were at speed, right? We were 0.2 speed. 0.2 speed. Cancel. Okay, cool. No, why? 0.2 speed. Discard. There you go. Okay, cool. Print with a brim. Okay, there's that. SPOOL SV06. There we go. Bed shape, 220 by 220. That ain't right. The SV06 has a bigger bed than that. Did it not? As a counter input out of range, whatever. Okay, yeah, let me just remake it. 1 second here. I just gotta change the bed size. That's all I gotta do. Yay for using betas or alphas. If you're using an alpha of something, don't complain about stability. If you run into an issue, report it. Okay, so printer settings. So what is the SV06's SPOOL SV06? What is our volume? What is it? Oh, is it 220? I thought it was bigger than that. It's our, where is 220 by 220 by 250? Oh shit, it is 220 by 220 by 250. So I do have it correct in there. I thought it was bigger for some reason. What? Oh, no, it is. Yeah. I'm just blind. Okay. I thought it was bigger for some reason. Wow, the magnet really is weak on it, though. Okay. The SV06. Oh, I know the SV06 Plus is. I got it in the other room right now. Okay, there we go. Got that. We'll put it in the middle. Okay, got that. 250. Cool, cool, cool. Extruder 1. So I should have my Z offset okay. I may have to adjust it on the fly, simply for the fact that I just set it back up to Marlin yesterday. Okay, so we're gonna save that. Removable disk E. Okay. Okay, exported. SD card. So I'm printing them both off SD cards to remove any variable of Marlin. Or of Octoprint. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh. It just ate my SD card. Whoopsie doodles. Come on. I just put my SD card in, it's not in the slot. I missed the slot and it's in crooked and it's jammed. There we go. Okay, cool. There we go. There we go. Okay. So let's start with the Prusa. Print from SD card. E3D heartstrings. File incomplete. What do you mean file incomplete? What do you mean file incomplete? Place now. Okay, well, I'll just double save it just to cover my butt. Centered. Slice now. Oh, the brim's right there. Oh, brim. Slice now. Okay, okay. Export. Save that to that. Save. Okay. Eject drive. Maybe that was it. Pull it in. Sorting files. It says it's incomplete. Whatever. We'll just print it anyway. See what happens. Okay. Print for media. E3 heartstrings. Print. Okay. So we'll just let these do their thing. And yeah. Oh yeah, I made sure it was fully sliced. Like I'm thinking it has something to do with like an overhang somewhere or something. Like this stupid bridge here or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What is the bamboo? It's printing the back half of an ODST helmet. Because I saw our Offers 3D was doing ODST stuff on Twitter, and I'm like, I kind of want one. So I started printing it. Because I got to get around to actually doing my video on the bamboo. So I want to get more print time on it. There's no brim. It's 6. Well, if there's no brim, there's no brim. What to do? And I'll fix the SV06 one second. Yeah. SV06. Pretty sure it actually had a brim. Slice now. Cool. Export G code. Export that to. Go save. For some reason, it's showing as a faster print on the SPOOL. Cool. Eject. Cool. Yeah, it's showing faster on the SPOOL. Don't know why. I will say though, only having micro SD on the SPOOL is kind of annoying. I wish it would have had a full-size SD card, but it is what it is. What if I told you I use an even number for my bed mesh grid? Okay. I wouldn't say they're cutting corners. It's the SD card reader is on the control board, which pretty much all control boards now use micro SD. I don't think there's any control boards out there now that have a built-in full-size SD card reader. It would have to be on the screen, and they use the Ender 3 style screen, which I don't think has an SD card reader built into it. So. What kind of savage? We're doing it just so we have an equal comparison, because I know there is the potential for Octoprint to induce variables in a print. We're trying to minimize variables in this case. Ender 3S1. Well, see, that's the question. What Ender? There's a million bloody Enders. And it's built out of whatever hardware Creality had in stock that week. Did you have full size? I don't know. I've only ever, to be fair, I've only ever used one Ender. It was an Ender 3 V2, and I was like, okay, it's currently apart in boxes. And as far as I know, it only has a SD card or micro SD. Your prime tower fell over, leading to the part falling off too. That sucks. Yeah, only has micro. Yeah. Are you pushing filament out? Why aren't you grabbing the filament? There we go. I don't think my feed gear's working. What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing, you machine? Do an Ender Y mod out of your Ender. Nah, I already have a switch wire, and I don't use it. So me doing another build is just kind of like a waste, in my opinion. I think. First layer is good enough. Because really, there's only a few differences with between the Ender wire and a switch wire. Most of the actual assembly is pretty much the same, in my opinion. Like the functionality of the machine is the same. It's just slightly different changes to the assembly. And what if you're interested on how to build one, Steve has built one. But otherwise, I've built the full switch wire on stream already. So how bad is an idea of a 400 by 400 switch wire? I don't like bed flingers above 300. Like the only reason I even took the Saval SV06 Plus is because it's not a massive machine. It's 300, but it's not 400. I think 400 on a bed flinger, like whatever the new Anycubic is just stupid. That's way too big in my opinion for a bed flinger. Do a soda bottle PHE pull at Ender. I've been tempted to do it. I don't drink a lot of pop, so I don't have soda bottles on hand. Plus the Ender I have isn't the same. Like most of those kits use a like base Ender, like the $99 Chep Special. So. Watch your video on the Hurricane. Thank you for not getting it. Do you do one on the BQ BX? I don't have a BX. What is a BQ BX? Speed Shoe BX. Is it just another? Really? The V-wheel bed flinger. These are all the same. The only difference is it's got the H2 extruder, which apparently they fixed it now. I don't like this. I don't like these cables. Using, what is it, an HDMI cable? No. This printer to me is absolute oh fuck no. No, fuck no. Run like hell from that. Don't bother. Why would you waste your money on that? You get two Saval SV06s for the price of that. Because right now, I think they still have it on the cheap price. Yeah, $239 US. Like literally $239 US. Okay. Like you can get almost 3 Saval SV06s for the same price as a P1P. You can get like 4 or 5 of them for the cost of an X1C. Like, it depends what you're looking to do with your printers. Depends what you're looking to do with your printers. I've never ordered one in Canada, to be fair. I'm thinking probably Saval directly, unless they have an Amazon page. That's the only real thing I can think of. The new CR Ender has linear rails on Y only. Yeah, because it's a massive, it's a CR10 with linear rails on the Y. Dude, it's also like $1,000. And okay, what is it? The CR M4 or whatever the hell they're calling it, because they can't call it the CR10 again. So there's no M1 to 3, so why is it called M4? Buy now. $1,100. Do you think this, my brother in Christ, this is like at most $300 in hardware. Do you really think this machine is worth $1,100? That's X1C territory. Okay, you can get this, which is literally absolutely nothing better than a stock whatever variant of the Ender this is, with longer extrusions and belts and a bed for $1,100 plus tax plus shipping. Or you can actually get something that's, you know, an actual good machine. Buy an Ender, go hit up Misumi, buy some longer rails and extrusions, build it yourself. You'll save half the price. This is why I don't like Creality. They're completely just pumping out shitty printers like nonstop. Nothing special. Industrial grade. What about its industrial grade? V wheels that wear out. At least it's got two Y motors, but I guarantee you they're not independent. It's got the same touchscreen they've always been using. What's industrial grade about this? Yeah, the Y is on rods or rails, which are pretty beefy rails, I think. I think we looked at this a while ago. But what's industrial? What does industrial grade even mean? What does industrial grade even mean? Quasi, oh wait, no, sorry. Quasi industrial grade. Hey, look, the printing. Okay, I need a visor. I need a visor. Replitech MG94 ABS. Beautiful. Love this stuff. Only downside is it doesn't fit on my spool holders because it's 600 meter filament spools. They don't sell it by the weight. I like my SV06 when it prints. I haven't had any issues with mine. Apparently, a few people, now that there's production versions out there, like people actually buying them off the shelf. The only thing I've really heard is grindy bearings, which just is more of a noise thing than actual functionality. That's the only thing I've heard, which you can replace bearings. It's a $239 printer. They're not using Misumi bearings, that's for sure. I bought an Ender 3 S1. It was broken after 1 week, 4 weeks to fix it. 007 3DP, cheers. I don't see a rat rig because it's not built yet. It's on the floor there in parts because we haven't built it yet. These things take time. So make sure you don't miss out. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, ring that bell. If you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the description. And if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter. There's a bunch of fuzz in there. That's not good. Go. What are we printing today? Well, it's Printed Chill Friday, so usually we just get a print going and just let it do its thing. But in today's case, we got the Mark III S Plus going up against the Saval SV06. Just for Because let's be honest, they are, you know, kind of similar. But I've never actually put them up against each other. So that's what we're doing today. And then I got the bamboos doing some stuff too. And I'm going to get something else going. But I'm going to get a fan going because it's getting warm in this room already. SVO6 is mind blowing for the right. Yep. That it is. Seeing more shots around me on anything. Yeah. Which one comes with the gummy bears? Oh, well. I don't know. Means they care though. Oh man, I really don't want to talk about that video. Where is... I need to find the file. I need the helmet. It's the helmet. There's the helmet. Where's the visor? Visor. Where is the visor? Oh, screw it. I'll just download all of them. Go through that one. Hamtronics, $10. Cheers. Zero. Love your vids. Any advice on getting started with creating YouTube content? If you find out, let me know. I have a lot of ideas, but nowhere to start. Create a channel. Start making videos. My YouTube channel is from 2006. Okay, I put up random videos over the years, never trying to make it an actual channel. I got involved with Voron, started making random videos here and there, like instructional videos and whatnot, but never like meaning it to go full time. And then eventually it just grew to the point where I decided to make it full time. It happens. There are ways to... I'm not the person to ask about. Be engaging. Be engaging with your audience. That's pretty much what I can say. Okay. 239? Yeah. And it's hitting record the first time. Honestly, I'd rather go live. I'm still very much a, I don't know. I find videos hard. I think of myself more as streamer than a video maker. Because I just find recording videos, scripting videos, doing all that, I find that hard. I'd rather just go live. So, but teach their own. Find something you want to do too. And try and find a niche. I found my niche with live streaming 3D printing stuff. There's not a lot of people that live stream 3D printing and other tech related, like in that category, 3D printing DIY stuff, regularly. And I found that niche and it's working out okay for me. Don't just be another guy who does reviews of off-the-shelf printers with a purple and blue background and a talking head that reads tech specs and then shows a few colors, shows a few prints. Like, try and think of something different to do. Okay? Don't just be another person. Because anyone could be a talking head. Is this it? Oh, that's that. No. Okay, I got banned from Omegle for streaming a 3D printing text overlay. Apparently, it didn't show enough weird. Well, why would you stream on Omegle? Like, I don't know. I don't stream on Omegle, so I don't know. Oh, there's a visor. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I need to flip you over. This side. Okay. Support on build plate only. Sure, slice now. Did they print the bridge strings for the centerpiece? Oh yeah, they're well past that. Or actually no, they're getting to that. They're getting to that. That's that. That's that. I gotta bring up 226. I don't know why the camera keeps going down on V226. I gotta figure out what's going on with it. Load print, helmet, visor. There we go. Something's up with my camera here. It's like not working half the time. SVO6, who will win? I don't know. They're running the same. They should be near the same. So we'll find out. Like print time wise. Would you ever try FDM printed shoes? I would. I'm not going to go buy them, but I would try them. Sock, I haven't gotten banned from thingy and printables because I put Joseph's head on a device. Yeah, CNC kitchen. Yeah, you got to try and be something different. Because here's the thing: anyone can come out with a channel with a red and blue, with a, what is it? It's purple and blue background, where you just talk about printers and you say the things that everyone else is saying, and you'll have decent success, but you'll never really become like, you'll never grow an audience because you're just doing the same thing as other people are doing. So, like you have to kind of find something of a niche, I think. Benjamin, $5. Cheers. Nero, I paid my tax and actually got a return from California. So take my money. Thanks for the great content. If you only got $5, that's good. Okay. Are you going to pull a bullshit surprise reaction face thumbnail? Of course. Oh yeah. Okay. Adult pro tip. If you are getting money back on your taxes, you did it wrong. You don't want to get money back on your taxes. Or if you do, you actually want to get very little. Okay. Or even owe a very little amount. Because if you're getting a lot of money back on your taxes, that means you overpaid the government. And guess what? They're giving your money back without interest. So that's money that you could have put towards something last year that the government just kind of held on to and gave back. So. You don't use filament dryers. How much humidity in my room? Right now in my room, it is 34% humidity, is 25.5 degrees Celsius. David's here. Everyone say hi, David. Good to see you using the good machines. I am. Are we going to talk about that video? Am I going to have to talk about that video at some point? Crazy how people understand the huge return is bad. It is. It means you gave too much money to the government. Talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts. Okay, quite simply. Prusa is a private company. They have hundreds of employees. They've been involved in this field for years. They do good market research. They know what they're doing. And a random person who is not an employee, who's not involved with their decision making, who doesn't know what the company goals are, doesn't. I don't know what Prusa's up to. I can make educated guesses based off things I've seen and heard, but I have no right to tell a company how they should be running to curtail to my demands of how I think they should be running. And the machine you think is overpriced, don't buy it. They may not be making machines for you anymore, for all you know. Their market may have changed. They may be going after something completely different. You have no right to tell them what machines they should be making. You can request it, don't get me wrong. I wish they made a machine like here. But think about it. The middle ground, or correction, the entry level of 3D printing, their cheapest machine they have is a Prusa Mini, and they can't go any cheaper than that. They can't compete with the SVO6. They can't make a machine that will ever compete with that. The middle ground is a shrinking market too. You got people like Bamboo coming out with good machines, and then the upper tier of the cheap machines are getting better. And at-home 3D printing isn't growing like some people thought it would be. So now, what do you have? Well, you got education, business, and government sales. You go after Ultimaker and well, now it's just Ultimaker. But you go after that tier, because guess what? Government contracts are Gucci. Educational contracts, outfitting an entire college with hundreds of machines with service. Woo! Well, that's a spicy meatball. Why do you think they came out with the Mark III enclosure with a lock on it? Why do you think that's a thing? That's not for the home market. They're moving into a market that they can grow into instead of a market that's dying. Or correction, instead of a market that's squeezing them out. They could stay and fight, and I guarantee you, you know, think about it, what they're developing for the Mark or the XL, a lot of that could probably move to an i3 platform and upgrade, you know, the i3, which is ancient and overpriced, into a Mark IV. Think about it. Look what they got on the XL. The bed's segmented. The extruder is just an extruder tool head. You could swap it. So I guarantee you they know what they're doing. Yes, stumbled. I'm sure the COVID delays have hurt them. Them trying to bring all their production in-house so they're not reliant on outsourced or other companies to produce things. That has hurt them. Nothing has gone well in the past 2 years. Look around you. No company has really, you know, things have worked as planned in the past couple years. So they may not be making a machine for you anymore, but they're making a machine for somebody and they're buying it because, like, I haven't heard of layoffs at Prusa. Has like what, 400 people plus? They just bought David Printed Solid. They just bought Trilabs. They bought who makes the whatchamacallit, the resin printer. I haven't heard of any layoffs at Prusa. Have you? Like, as far as I know, they're doing just fine. So yeah, the Mark III is overpriced and it's, in my opinion, not worth it. It's still a solid machine, but it's a solid machine from 5 years ago. There's better out there for you at home. But you might not be their market anymore. Is that a bad thing? I'm not going to go. Anyone can come out. I've been saying it on streams for years, or not years. I've been saying it on stream for ages now about Prusa. Yeah, the machine's out of date. It's overpriced, I think. There's better options out there. He's saying what we're all thinking, of course, because we all know it. But I have no right to tell a company how they should operate, especially when I don't work for the company. I don't know how the company operates. I don't know the internal workings of the company. And I don't know their goals. So prints aren't sticking. Yeah, they're sticking. So anyways, H. Nelson, 50 kroner, I believe. Cheers. PF Dennis gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. I think that's it. So yeah, at least 700 people at Prusa. Yeah. They have 700 employees, okay? If everything was falling apart there, why are they still growing? So this is all just me going, well, I've done a little business in the past and I'm just going off of things I've seen and heard and based on kind of what I think. All I just said is an educated guess. I could be as wrong as other people, but you know, it makes sense. You can only grow so big in a certain market. And if that market starts shrinking, you better start diversifying. Okay. You know, Minnesota Machining and Mining or whatever. They just don't make that stuff anymore. Hi, Calvin. Did you have a good day at school? Okay. Hey, what do you smell like? What did you eat? You had chocolate? You have hot chocolate? Did you bring Daddy a hot chocolate? Does Daddy want a hot chocolate? Yes, Daddy would love a hot chocolate. Just a regular one. Yeah, regular hot chocolate. Oh, you got the fan. Oh, that's right. What do we? I'll just have a regular. Arrow. I'll have an arrow. Ooh. Okay. It's got marshmallows. Okay. So, what's Daddy making?
What?
Is that a little helmet for Calvin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that print's not sticking to the bag. Okay, you gotta get up. Go help Mama. Go help Mom with the hot chocolate. But yeah, what was I saying? Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing. They don't just make what they used to make. You know, they were, you know, eventually you either diversify or you die as a company, right? And if your market, let's be honest, for years, you got into 3D printing, you bought a Prusa. But now they're not a great option anymore, and they can't make something that is that option anymore because they can't and survive as a company. So they've moved on to other things. So yeah, they're going after new markets and they're coming up with new machines. Why do you think this has the enclosure? The Mark III enclosure is not for me and you. It's for businesses and educational purposes. Why do you think they bought Printed Solid? They got a cage code now. They could sell government and business contracts where, like, to get funding from the government to make certain sales, you have to buy products that meet certain criteria in the United States. Well, guess what? They can do that now. That will never make it. Bamboo will never get that. The founders of Bamboo are ex-DJI. DJI is banned by the Department of Defense by name. It's got an always-on Wi-Fi connection. You can disable it software, but not hardware. Lamborghini made tractors. Exactly. So yes, the thing is, the people that are complaining are like, no, they're not making a printer for me anymore. Yeah, because they want to keep the company running and they want to keep their employees employed. So it is what it is. They're not making a printer for you anymore. They may not be, but they're making a printer for somebody and they're buying it. So let them cook. I got a big red PLA booger here. There. So yeah, so I saw that video and I'm like, I'm watching the video and I'm like, I agree with pretty much all these points. Yeah, the machine's outdated. Yeah, there's better options out there. Yeah. But it's like the clickbaitiness of it of, you know, oh, we need to talk with it. And it's like, no, you're not their market. Yes, people will still buy Prusas for home use. Don't get me wrong. It's slow, but it's still a perfectly functional machine. There's actually nothing wrong with the machine. Might consider it a little out of date by today's standards, but I don't know about you. It still prints pretty friggin' good. Do you get as much bang for your buck? No. But it still make plastic boat. Am I still getting the XL? Yes, because the XL is a tool changer. That is not a tool changer. That is not a tool changer. That is not a tool changer. It's a large format tool changer. It's, as far as I know, the first actual commercial large format tool changer on the market. E3D tool changer don't count. That was never meant to be a large, like a actual commercial machine. It was a little pet project that they kind of sold kits for. They never intended and they never designed for it to be a mass-produced thing. So, check the board on. Ooh! Oh, that ain't working. Let's cancel that print. It's silk. What filament? Oh, this is the Polymaker. That's why. Or Polyalchemy. That's why. I gotta play with some settings here. This is the Polyalchemy Elixir, which you gotta. I don't think these settings are fine for it. 1 second here. I'm actually not, Jacob, I'm not even talking about that person. Actually, you know what? I watched his video today. His video today was well done. I liked it. So, I'm not even talking about him. I'm talking about the guy who was the crypto bro, who now does 3D printing YouTube videos. That's the person I'm talking about. So. Yeah, and people wanted to know my thoughts on the video. There you go. Those are my thoughts. Use proper names. I don't know his name. His channel's The Next Layer. I don't know what his name is. Levi, Levy. I only heard of his channel literally like a week or so ago. Like I first started seeing it, and I looked, and his other channels are crypto channels. And personally, between me and you, I think crypto is a complete scam, and I don't like people who promote it. So I'm that already, like right off the bat, that's like, I don't like crypto. I think crypto is a complete scam. It's a pump and dump, and it's just people trying to sell it to you so that they're not the one holding the bag. So people that promote crypto, but that's my personal belief. I don't like Ponzi schemes. No, I don't like Ponzi schemes. Why would I like Ponzi schemes? Now, unless I'm part of the Ponzi scheme, right? No. No. Paint. NFTs on the other. Oh man, I don't know about you, but I bought some monkey JPEGs the other day. They're the monkiest JPEGs I've ever. I can't even finish that sentence. So NFTs are 100% elite, legit. Yo, I've got some. What was the Logan Paul one? Oh, you got me hot chocolate. Oh, you even put it in my mug. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coda. Huh? Okay. Thank you, Boo. Yep. Okay. That is that. I exported that. Oh. Upload and print that. Gotta clean that bed off. Got some gunk on it. That's why it didn't stick. Although I was actually doing a bunch of printing on this printer and everything was sticking fine, but this is PLA, so maybe. Conspiracy apron NFT. Well, here's the thing. I'll do you one better. You can buy a legit conspiracy apron at the Only Benchies merch store. Link in the description. Why buy a JPEG when you can buy the real thing? Be transparent. Sebas, yes. Unfortunately, I don't have any transparent filament, so I'm printing it in gold for now, and then I'm gonna try. I gotta see. The plan is we do one video on how to put the helmet together, because I got my Mando suit, so I want to do an actual dedicated video on how to print helmets and finish them quickly. But then we got to do the visor. So I do a separate video on how to build your at-home vacuum former and do a visor. PT Barnum made it clear and no publicity is bad publicity. Yep. Oh, it's interaction. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is what it is. I'm not going to blame somebody for, trying to enter a market. It is what it is. You now know my thoughts on that, and there you go. Oh, that's good hot chocolate. What retraction settings do I recommend on CB2 and Revo? I think I run mine at 0.4mm retract. I would start there and then adjust if needed. Looks like, yeah, it's an ODST helmet. I already printed the back of it or the front of it last night. And you may be asking, why did I print it on the Bamboo X1 carbon? And the answer is, I started the print at like 1 a.m. and that already had a full spool of Polymaker ASA loaded in it. And I didn't want to come downstairs because all the other printers have partial spools of, oh shoot, no, I could have used Trident. Oh well, too late. I could have printed all as one piece on Trident, shit. Okay, well, anyways, I was too lazy. I didn't want to come downstairs and change the spools. So that's why it's printing on that. That's honestly one of the underrated features of having an AMS or an MMU or any multi-material thing. What you can do, even if you don't print a lot of multicolor like I do, I don't print a lot of multicolor. Just load it up with like the spools you use commonly. And then that way, when you're like sending prints remotely to your printers, you actually don't have to come downstairs or wherever your printer room is and select what, like, load the filament. You got, you know, I got red ABS, white ABS, black polycarbonate, and silver in there right now. So those are all prints I've done that I just like, I don't want to come downstairs and change that. I'll just load from slot 3 and go. Use it as a bank. Use it as a magazine. How big is the bed? It barely doesn't fit on the X1 carbon. If you scale it down to like 96%, it fails. But it's also a free model off Thingiverse. It's not like the Gucci paid for model or like pulled from GameFile model. So need to add a room camera. I moved the overhead camera. The overhead camera is now up top here. So now you shouldn't be getting a head view anymore, or male pattern voltus cam. So when we're building stuff on the Mini, see it now, look at this, you get a better view. Oh wow, that like fisheye when I zoom out. Yeah. So I know I gotta renew those. Actually, shoot, I gotta reach out to somebody. Because here's the funny thing. The onlybenchies.com and neuro3d.xyz, I don't actually own those websites. Somebody else snagged them for me and is holding them for me. And I never actually did. I gotta actually, one of these days I'll make my own website, but. Mitch, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's not taped to the wall. It's actually mounted. I actually have a mount. It's actually mounted. It only took me a few attempts, but it's mounted. Oh no! The SPOOL failed. And the Prusa failed too. They both failed. They both failed at the, 1 second here. Right here, this right here. Look at that bridge. So they failed there. So here, what do we do now? Do we let them finish? Because they both failed at exactly the same point. Am I streaming latest? I don't stream on Friday nights. My stream times are pretty regular. Mondays Tuesday. Wow, I don't even know what days I stream. Tuesdays and Fridays, the stream is either at 11 a.m. Eastern or 2 p.m. Eastern. Depends on what shift my wife is on. She does 2 weeks days afternoons. So that dictates what time the stream is. So it's 2 weeks of 11 a.m. starts Tuesdays and Fridays, and then 2 weeks of 2 p.m. starts Eastern time zone. Tuesdays and Fridays. And then the Saturday night stream is always 8 p.m. Eastern. So how are we going to fix this? Because obviously, stop print. Okay. So again, these aren't going to be exactly the same because they are different colors of filament. But they are the same brand of filament. So if you're wondering how these fared, this is the Prusa. Okay. You can see this is the middle failed. And this is the SPOOL. And again, the middle failed. So roughly at the same point, a little bit more stringing on the Prusa. But other than that, they look pretty much identical, I would say. The Saval's a little bit faster. Other than that, okay. So I'm thinking here, what could we do? The filament profile. I'm running both of them are using the default Prusa profile. So it's just PLA generic. I'm wondering if we change it 1.5 quality. Let's go. Rim. Let's try lower layer heights. Let's see if we get more. Yeah, that is such a, oh my God. That is diabolical. That is so diabolical. Let's see here. Do they recommend any settings for this? Whenever you will. So that's what they have it printed looking like. Rules. Oh, it's got to be okay. No supports. You can use whatever filament, layer height, and nozzle size you want, but bear in mind the 0.4 and 0.2. Okay. Tip. We'll be needing a brim. Okay. Oh, Z-hop. I don't think we have Prusa. Does Prusa run Z-hop by default? Okay, so let's go back. So we're gonna go to 0.2 quality. Discard. Okay. So 0.2 quality. Add a brim. Lift set. No, it's got Z-hop. Yeah, it's got Z-hop. Or at least the Saval has Z-hop. Okay, so let's get the Saval loaded back up. More Z-hop. Let's what are we doing Z-hop? What are we doing for Z-hop? General machine limits, extruder, Z-hop. Let's do 0.8 Z-hop. And a little bit slower. So export G code. Try this again. Try this again. Cooling should be maxed. Filament settings. Cooling. Yeah, it's at 100, so it's at 100. Okay, so that's that. Okay. To be honest, I'm actually kind of happy they both failed in exactly the same spot. How's that one doing? Nah, that's doing good. Okay, so now we are Prusa Mark III. Okay, discard. So 2mm quality. We got brim on. Okay. Printer settings. Lift set 0.8. 0.2 quality. Slice now. Okay. Export G code. It says 2.5 hours on the Prusa, but they should be the same. They're running the same speeds and feeds. Where is the SD card? Come on, hop up. There we go. E3D. There we go. Yes. Okay. Eject. There we go. It's like half an hour. It's showing like half an hour time difference. I don't know why. Because literally both of these are the exact same profile. Because I literally just took the Prusa profile and just changed the bed size for that machine. So I don't know. Firmware Excel, maybe, but checking file. I don't know why it says it's incomplete. Let's print for media. What about cooling? They're the same. They're the same. Cooling is maxed. Part cooling is maxed. Let's see here. Yeah, because they're both using the exact same Mark III quality. So they're both using the exact same speeds and feeds. Like the only difference between these two is the print settings, and that's just bed volume. So I don't know why it's estimating a longer print time for the Prusa, but they're both printing at roughly the same rate. I'm assuming the firmware limits are higher on the Saval. It is running 32-bit Marlin, so there might be a little difference under the hood, but they should be pretty damn similar. So I don't know. Minimum, yeah, they're the same. The all cooling and speed settings are under print settings and filament settings, and I'm using the exact same for both. The only thing I'm changing between these two prints is between the Prusa printer settings, which just control extruder settings, and it might be because the extruder is slower on the Prusa than the planetary gear on the Saval. But the Prusa also does a bed mesh where the Saval doesn't. That one's saved. So, I don't know. I don't know. Want to share the G code? It's the default settings. Like they're download Prusa Slicer and just load up the default profile for a Mark III Plus. That's the settings. Saval versus Prusa. Are you a government agency, a business, or a school? Prusa. Are you looking for a cheap entry-level printer that pretty much does everything the Prusa does? Slightly smaller bed on the XY, but more Z? Get the Saval. Now, to be fair, the only Savals I've used are the SV06 and the SV08. Not a huge fan of the SV08. I like the SV06 though. You have the acceleration settings in printer profile. Acceleration settings aren't in printer profile. They're in print settings. Print settings, 0.2 quality, speeds have the acceleration stuff here. Printer settings just have your start stop stuff, your printer size, your machine limits. Oh, well, these are the same between here and here. They just literally copied it. These are the same. They should be the same. Yeah, they're the same. So yeah, literally the only difference between the Saval profile and the Prusa profile and the G code is just the bed size. Exact same everything else, so. How did you change your Prusa? It's running the stock firmware. If there's a setting on the screen to change it, maybe I did that. Should look up the click ender for bed leveling on Ender 3s. It reminds me of the Voron style. Is it a dockable probe? The reason I'm queuing, don't get a BX. Don't get a BQBX. It is, you can get it for 360. Still, that's, like, do you absolutely need 250? Like, I've just, you know, okay, it won't be $99.99. But I believe it, I can't remember. I shared it on the Discord. Let's see if I can find it. I can't remember what channel it was in. If somebody was on my Discord, let me know how much the prices are, because they're tiered. I have it in an email, but I don't like opening my emails on the stream just in case. Yeah, well, it's not gonna be 100. It's just placeholder for now. But this is basically an SV06 with the touchscreen. I think it's $100 more. I think it's $100 more, and it's going to be cheaper to start. So like maybe $329 to start. for like the first couple hundred units, but it's 300 by 300 by 340. XYZ motion's the same. You got a filament runout sensor they added, and they got a touchscreen. So it's basically the SV06 but bigger. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, the SPOOL is moving faster, I think. Yeah, the SPOOL is moving faster. I'm thinking there's higher speed settings in the firmware for the SPOOL, and the G-code that's spitting out, not everything has hard or G-code defined acceleration. So maybe this is overriding whatever's in the G-code. So early bird price is $299 for 300 units, $329 for 500, and then normal price at after that. So yeah, so $300 you get an SV06 that's 300 by 300 by 340 with the touchscreen. Hey, that's pretty good. Versus a generic V-wheel bed flinger from Beach-U. What you do? That's still $50 more. Firstly, it's the same G-code. Same G-code. The only difference in the G-code between what these two are printing is the bed size. So starting speed should be the same. I'm thinking it's acceleration. I'm thinking the SPOOL, because it's got higher acceleration limits in the firmware. Not all acceleration is G-code defined. So I'm thinking the SPOOL is just, it might be doing faster travels or something because it's got higher accels. I'm tempted to get an SV06 to complement my Mark III and close it and print my Voron parts. The SV06 will do much better in an enclosure than a Prusa, that's for sure. This is PETG. This is all injection molded ABS. Or actually, it might be reinforced, or it might be PC. I don't know for sure. I look for markings. I know there's a way to test. I can't remember exactly how to do it. But SPOOL would actually be better in an enclosed environment than a Prusa. They're not racing. Technically, they should be running at the same speed, but the SPOOL has higher firmware accels. But they're running the exact same G-code. I just want to see how they print. What was that? SV06 Plus. So I'd be concerned with bed flatness on an SV06 Plus once the bed gets large. Honk before it's too late. Yes. The flatness of the bed, I guarantee, will not be as good as like a Mike 6, you know, Voron bed. However, you have a bed probe that can bed mesh. So unless you're printing 300 by 300 cubes that need to be perfectly square and all sides need to be perfectly flat, you know, a couple 0.3 millimeter variance in bed flatness that's compensated for in a bed mesh, not really that big a deal, in my opinion. Prusa has never been. Aaron, you're wrong. Prusa used to use ABS in their print farm. They did switch to PETG though, a while ago, but originally they were running ABS in their print farm. Running an ABS print farm of hundreds of machines, that's hot. Plus, you know, the fumes and whatnot. I have no problem printing ABS in this room, and me being in this room, I would not want to be in a print farm the size of Prusa's printing ABS. So, but currently now, only the fan duct is ABS or ASA or whatever. It's probably Prusa and ASA. XL will be all ASA. No! PCCF. I think, I don't know if it's the whole thing or I watched Joe's video. I think it's PCCF for the gantry stuff. I remember, or the toolhead stuff. I remember them talking about that on the video, the update video. I don't think they put, it was a blog. Yeah, it was just a video, I think. Yeah, PCCF. I think I have a spool. I think Sanity sent me some. I gotta go digging. I'm trying to reorganize my room and actually make some room. So the floor is actually pretty clean for what it normally is. But on the downside of that is because I've taken stuff off the floor, my filament storage racks are completely full. And I still have filament all over the floor. and in piles, and I've got a problem. Pooch, I need more rep racks. You know, I built mine. ASACF, probably pretty good. I don't think I've ever tried ABS-CF. I might have one spool somewhere. Be an IDEX Trident suit. What if I told you there already is one? It's called the Tridex. Eddie the engineer did it. When's the screw sorting stream? When you least expect it. How much time is left on this? 60%. Okay. They finally added rollover to the AMS. So I might start finishing off some spools with some projects. I might just print like a whole set of armor or something out of something, just so I could finish off all these partial ABS spools I got floating around. Plans on building a Tridex? I don't know. Steve has already built one, and my original plan was my Physek Trident is 300 by or 350 by 350. Okay, it's huge. Okay, I was gonna turn that into a Tridex, but then I started using it, and I kind of realized I like it as a Trident. I like the 350 bed, especially because I kind of want to start doing. I want to print a keyboard, and after doing the Mando armor. And the bigger parts, like the here. Where are you? Oh, that. Yeah. So, doing the Mando armor, doing the bigger pieces like the chest piece. Okay, when I printed this chest piece. And even the shin guards, this was printed as one piece like this on the bed. Okay, so this is one solid print, right? This isn't a bunch of stuff joined together. This is one solid print. The 350 by 350 bed is super handy. It when you're printing bigger stuff like the chest piece here, it's so much nicer to have a full-size bed. So yeah. So I'm gonna leave it original for now. Did rollover? I think it was the latest update added rollover. How do I get the colors right? You know, there's a video on my channel that talks about it. I've got two of them. I'm gonna be doing another one with the helmet. Black wash. So I painted it. Okay, so they're all printed in ABS. ABS sands really nice, same with ASA. So you print it, you take it off the machine, you sand it, you fill any spots with like putty, like spot putty, sand it again, prime it, sand it, sand it, get it to whatever finish you think is good. And then for the parts, I'll use the helmet here. So this is my Mando bucket, okay? So you can see that texture, right? Okay. I use chip guard. So it's a stone, it's like an asphalt based chip guard. You spray it, you're supposed to spray it like under your wheel wells and whatnot. You can use bed liner, but I didn't like bed liner. Bed liner was too rubbery, and I wanted something more rigid. And bed liner was too rough a texture. This is a more like smaller, more consistent texture, as you can see. So after I got it smoothed and everything, I sprayed that. And then I sprayed it with metallic paint. It's GM Autumn Maple is the red, okay? And then it's like, I can't remember what the silver is. It's like gunmetal Cridex or something. And then after everything's sprayed, you take black acrylic paint and water, and you water it down, and then you just kind of dab it on everything, let it dry for a bit, and then kind of just dab it off. And it gives you this like weathered, like worn appearance. It makes it look like, you know, dirty, essentially. So yeah, there you go. So the Mando suit is almost done. I've got 2 videos on my channel about it. I kind of don't like how they turned out, so I might redo them in the future or revisit the topic. I'm kind of thinking of doing that with this helmet, but it's not done yet. I still have to do a bunch of the soft stuff. So all the rigid parts are done. I'm not a huge fan of how some of the stuff mounts to me. I don't have the backpack yet, but it's, you know, it's there. I didn't clear coat it because I was worried clear coating would ruin the look and the colors. So it's not clear coated. Like, luckily the finish is pretty robust, so I haven't had any issues. Like, here's my DC-17 blaster with removable magazine. This was done the exact same way. The only resin on this whole thing is these are resin. I printed this on a resin machine just because printing those in FDM and getting them clean would be a pain in the butt. So this is the DC-17M. So. The entire suit, probably with reprints, because I reprinted a bunch of parts because I didn't like how they fit once I started putting stuff together. Support probably 6 to 8 kilograms of filament easily, maybe more once you factor in reprints. So one second here. Yeah, there you go. Fixed lighting. I don't know what that does. Cool. So there you go. Yeah, that was that took a while. Because I started it before Christmas, or like around Murph, and I got it to where it's at now around Halloween. I also made a little suit for the little guy, so we could go trick-or-treating. The problem is I got the beard, so I had to wear like a balaclava underneath the helmet so you wouldn't see the beard. And yeah, it gets hot. It got really hot under all that. So yeah, little guy loved it. Little guy loved it. But I got to redo how the leg stuff fits. The leg stuff, it fits okay when you're just standing around, but literally after walking a block or two, everything kind of shifted. And it was like you had to walk like bow-legged. It felt weird, so I have to like revisit all that. Hips is good. I did try a few parts in hips, and they actually worked pretty good. The problem is I only had like one spool of it, so I only printed like, I think the shoulder pads are hips. It's really stiff though. This is hips. Okay, I did a splicer mask. Okay, this is hips. This is high impact polystyrene. So it sands really good. It blows out your white balance in the camera. And it's very stiff, okay? The problem is it's very rigid. So I don't want to break this because this came out really good, but I'm sure if I like, it would snap really easily. I know they call it high impact, but I think that's, it's very rigid. It's like PLA. It's rigid like PLA is versus ABS, so. Also, I like ABS because you can acetone weld it. So. I don't know why chat's not scrolling. There we go. Would lightweight filament be more interesting? It depends. Here's the thing. You're wearing it. So you can make it lighter, which means it weighs less on you. But that also means it's more likely to break. The last thing you want to do is put all this time putting a helmet together and then you accidentally drop it and it just explodes. Okay, I've dropped that bucket. I'm not going to drop it again, but I've dropped that helmet and it did nothing. So You can leminoid weld hips. Leminoid is expensive. Plus, I don't know how to pronounce it right. Am I gonna build a rook? Maybe if I get a kit. I'm not gonna self-source one though. I just don't have the time. How are we doing? How are we doing? Is everything still good? Okay. Oh. Okay, this guy, the Saval, is at the part where it failed last time. So, how complex is hips? You print it like ABS. Pretty much ABS settings, I think a little bit cooler if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's ABS. You print it with ABS settings basically. A little bit cooler if I remember. It's been a while since I printed with it, and it cracks with fans. So like that I printed that buddy mask twice because the first time I printed it, I had the fans on like I normally do for ABS, and it just cracked like crazy. So low fan and hot basically. Mobile. Printing CF filaments. Depends. You print CF filaments like you do whatever the filament is. So if it's at PLA, you print it like PLA. Just make sure you're using a hardened nozzle. Maybe go a little bit slower. Build a VZ bot. If I had a kit. Okay. Here's because this comes up. Oh, build a kit. Okay. Here's right now my channel is my job. Okay. As such, if I do stuff on the channel, they basically have to be worth it. I don't need another printer. Plus, I got a ton in the other room. So for me to buy a kit for a printer, I have to be able to justify its cost. And for how much I roughly make on a build series, buying a VZBot kit off AliExpress from what I've seen the prices are, it's hard to justify, essentially. Simple as that. But if a kit shows up, I'd be happy to build it. So. Because if I were to build one, it would have to be to, like, in my opinion, I'd be doing the all metal one, like machined and all that. Smell when printing hips. Not too bad if I remember correctly. Now, to be fair, when I printed it the last time, I had every printer in this room running at the same time. So, and I had COVID. So I wasn't smelling anything. The button is broke. Is the like button broken? Thought of making a printer and give it to a friend or family who's interested in it as a video. I've given away a few printers to family and friends IRL. I'm not going to use them for content though. I don't like using other people for content. Isn't VZBot just knock off the fort? No, not really. No. Okay, well, so far the Saval hasn't failed at the bridge part yet. Prusa's not there yet. To local makerspaces or school. I've looked, the problem is that's not really an option for me in my area. Yeah, simple as that. However, going forward, also I don't have the boxes for a lot of these, so it'd have to be like local giveaway. Going forward though, as you may know, I am a YouTuber type person. As such, companies offer to send me printers all the time. Now, let's be honest, the majority of them are shitty V-wheel bent flingers from companies you've probably never heard of, or they're companies that just resell Crealities, okay? But for stuff like the SV06 Plus, which I'll do an unboxing on, and I might do a review on it, after I'm done with it, I might just put it back in the box and give it away to a viewer. Might do that. We'll see. So I might be doing that more in the future. Is for the printers that I just unbox, show off, and then I'm done with them, we might be giving them away. However, in that case, it would probably just be Canada and US only, because last time I shipped a printer to the States was a Ender 3-ish size printer in the box it came in, and it was just to go to Chicago area was like $70 roughly. So we'll see. Here's my thing. I really still don't think Clipper is ready for the masses on off-the-shelf machines unless it is running completely stock hardware. I think there's too many, after seeing what happened with the Hurricane and the CB1 and having the firmware issues, and then Creality's complete disaster of the Sonic Pad, which for those that don't know, the Sonic Pad doesn't run like Clipper. It runs Creality's forked version of Clipper. You can't run normal Clipper on it. You're going to be forever dependent on Creality for updates. So hope they don't take their servers offline ever. And they're not, and they violate the GPL too with what they've done to modify Clipper. But anyways, I won't ever touch the Creality Sonic Pad on stream, or promote it. I still think Clipper isn't ready for mainstream yet. FL Sun is probably the best implementation I've seen so far. Oh, now out of hot chocolate. The V400 is pretty good. I haven't looked into it, but I haven't had any issues with it, so. How's that fine? When the revised TAP PCB, whenever it's done. I'm not involved with TAP development, so I can't really comment on it. Marlin's fine. Yeah, Marlin's fine. Like the SV06 is printing fine. I'm really hoping it doesn't fail again. But for machines like these, yeah, I like Clipper, don't get me wrong. But, you know, for a simple machine that you're just, you know, you're just printing on occasionally, yeah, it's fine. Jenny printer, they have... What the hell is Jenny printer? Jenny printer. Why is it called Jenny printer? Oh, AliExpress. Yeah, these folks. Yeah, the knockoff Voron folks, unless they remachined it. Yeah, it's like, last I checked, they had a machined Voron. Oh. Yeah, this thing. So 650. Okay. Yeah. Jenny. Yeah. Let me build a Voron and copy your homework without copying your homework. Yeah, no. Vorons stop at 350 for a reason. Large format Core XY is not smart. Core XY is designed to be a fast motion system. The problem is once you start getting big on Core XY, your belts become absurdly long because they have to travel the whole XY dimension. Well, Y twice, X twice. Like, your belts get stupidly long. Please tell me this at least uses 9mm belts. Ew, look at that hot end. Ooh. I'm hoping, yeah, those look like 9mm belts. They better be 9mm belts. But yeah. Isn't Rat Rig? Rat Rig uses 9mm belts. They use 9mm belts, so it's a little bit more, makes more sense. Yeah, Annex cross gantry. Well, I don't think cross gantry is an Annex thing. I know they have a cross gantry printer, which I will be building in the future, but I don't think they developed cross gantry. I think it's like Core XY. Core XY is not a Voron thing. Core XY has been around for a while. Ever use SnapMaker? Nope, I have not. Cross XY. Cross XY are literally just Cartesian. Just have a single motor or double motors for your X and double motors for your Y. Because when you're going that big, you're probably using a big fat nozzle anyways if you're smart, and you're not going to be moving terribly fast. Like, there's a lot of mass moving around on big machines. Is that a clone, Prusa? It's not a clone. It's a completely... Prusa's open source. You can't clone something that's open source. In my opinion, clone is like you copied. Like you took it and you made a one-to-one copy. It's... Prusas are open source. You can't steal the idea. It's open source. Anyone... I literally could build these in my basement and sell them as, you know, Nero i3s. And it'd be okay, 'cause it's open source. But they are very similar machines. I am not gonna lie and try and hide the fact that this machine looks like it's very much inspired by this machine. Now, granted, this is an open source design, printed parts, different bed design, different tool head design. The tool head's completely different. You can adjust the belt tension on the Saval. You can't easily do that on the Prusa with the knob. Different controller setup. Again, completely different tool head. So, yeah, the motion system is the same. They cosmetically look the same, but they are different printers, in my opinion. So, oh, yeah, my not original Prusa. Yeah, it's not a clone. It's literally Prusa gives the plans out for them. Alternatively manufactured. And the self burner keeps getting clogged halfway through a print. Using a V6 heatsink, and I think heat creep may be causing it. Help. Print hotter. Our Ultimakers, Ultimakers use their own motion system. They use I can't remember what it's called, but it's not, it's they have their own motion system. Do you have any resins? I do have 2 resin printers. I don't use them that often. I use Soraya Tech resin. I've had good luck with them. I have a Select Mini to refurb in H2. Good combo? Sure. Go for it. Why a fly gantry? Why not? Low center of gravity. Consistent motion. Why not? Ultimaker? No, Ultimaker does not use the same system as a Tridex. No. I can't see them doing a Mark III, bring their design up to 2023. Simple do it. They're going to take the XL. They're going to take the extruder from the XL. They're going to take the control board from the XL. They're going to take the segmented bed, knock off a few segments so it's smaller, and they're going to put it in the i3 platform and call it the Mark IV. Simple as that. That makes the most sense. So come out with the XL, which is the expensive machine, use the revenue and the development from that machine to just update the i3 from Mark III to Mark IV. Done. Maybe in the future take their Core XY machine that they have for the print farm and just sell those individually as a cheaper Core XY machine as a completely new thing. Because the amount of people that are like, oh, the Mark IV is going to be Core XY. How is the 4th iteration of the i3, which is a bed flinger, a Core XY? It's no longer Mark IV at that point. It's a new thing. The Mark IV can't be a Core XY because then it's not the Mark IV. It's the Mark I of a new thing. Oh, the XL. No, the XL is a large format tool changer. It'll be a polar printer. I guarantee you there will be a Mark IV. It makes the most sense. There will be a Mark IV. It'll probably have a bunch of the stuff from the XL backported to it. It'll cut down on development time, that's for sure. I would like to see rails I would like to see rails on it instead of rods. That would be nice. And the lead screws, give it smart, like automatic bed tilting. Wouldn't be that hard. How was the bridging? The Prusa failed. The SPOOL is working though. The Prusa failed, the SPOOL is working. No, they are not Racky. Micro Center sells Big Tree Tech stuff. Big Tree Tech, that's what those, if you're in Micro Center and you see Voron stuff, that's Big Tree Tech. Voron had nothing to do with that. Have I tried ball screws for Z-axis? I have not, and I personally don't think they're worth it. They did a questionnaire a couple months ago on printables. Yeah, that makes sense. Because they're near done development of the XL. XLs are in the hand of beta testers now, which means they're near production if they're sending out pre-production units. So that means they're probably taking a look on like, okay, what features do we need to prioritize on the Mark IV? What's the difference between linear rods and rails? It depends on the size of the machine, but basically the problem you run into with rods, okay? With rods, you have to fully envelop the rod with your bearing, okay? And then your printed part needs to fully envelop that, or you know, come close like it does on the bed, okay? Also, you can only support them on the ends because you have to have clear traps for the bearings to go through. So basically, you're always going to be supported on the ends. Now, short spans like this aren't too big of a deal. You're not going to get a ton of bowing in the middle. The X1 is on rods and bearings, okay, or carbon fiber rod and bushing for the X-axis. At 250, that's fine. But once you start getting bigger, you kind of want some support, because unless you go to big chonky like 10 mil rods, okay, if you're supported here and you're supported here, and you have a heavy tool head in the middle, and it's an 8mm rod over that span, they'll bow. Not a lot, but they'll bow. Versus an extruder, or versus a rail, where with a rail, you could just mount it to stuff and support it mid-span, no problem. So rails scale better. Plus, they're more compact, I think, and you have better mounting on. Instead of just like relying on friction fit, you can actually screw stuff to them. So 12mm rods, and those are heavy. Rods get heavy quick. Yeah, it looks like our Prusa failed this guy. Saval's going okay. Oh, I might have spoken too soon. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think this is a tough print. This is a tough print. Thick walled pipes instead of rods. Well, those aren't going to be as extruded pipe is nowhere near as accurate as rods. Yeah, that print, I wonder what E3D printed it on. Let's see here. Makes it comments. Let's see what people are saying. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, first attempt. Oh, yeah, the bamboos are going to have a nightmare with this. Printed on 0.2, okay. What's this one on? Yeah, V0. V0 did it. Okay, this is silk. Multi-layers, yeah. Oh, 45 degree. Ah. Ah. That might be... Stop print. Yes. That is smart. Put it on a 45. Okay. On 45. Let's drop some of these speeds. Yep, nope, those are good slow speeds. Yeah, that might be a little, that might help it a bit. Let's see what else. 7th try. Yeah, this is a hard print. That came out really nice. Okay. Let's try that. Export G code. Oh, detect print stability more. Lapsing overhead loose. Okay, cool. Crispet PLA. There we go. Try that. Let's try that. Hopefully I picked the right one because I have two. Should have deleted the old one. Bed steer should be fine. It's not like you're going too fast. It's not like it's not like the print's this tall and it's wobbling around the bed. Carbon fiber tube. Yeah, then you start running into increased costs, and is it worth it at those costs? There's always pros and cons. Like, you could build a 3D printer. You can go buy, a used industrial grade pick and place and slap a V6 on it if you want to go fast. Like, if money is no object, you could do a lot of stuff. No, it's printing an ODST helmet. Hydraulic linear actuators. Yeah, let's just use, magnets. Magnets and rocket motors to make our printer move. What are we doing? We're trying test prints. We're trying to do test prints, and we're comparing the SV06 and the Prusa Mark III here. And then these machines are just working on stuff for other things. How 45 degree? It has to do with the way it's oriented. It's a motion thing. It's a motion thing, essentially. Bridges tend to work better, in my opinion, on 45s, and other people, it's just kind of a thing. So since we're relying on a bridge, because of the way the infill pattern is generated with a print, it's on a 45. So if you align your bridge with a 45, it kind of helps a bit. Also, somebody put a comment in the print, in the after printing it, saying, I put it on a 45 and it worked. So we're going to do it too, because if it worked for them, it must work for us. Science. Or something. I don't know. I'm just a YouTuber. What's up here? magnets, how do they work? I don't know. I don't know. What am I doing for dinner? I think I'm gonna do fish tonight. Do some cod or something. Where's the science guy? I don't know. Well, Saval's giving it the old college try, that's for sure. What am I printing in the background? Parts for an ODST helmet. How do I cook my fish? With fire. Usually I do like a breaded. Get my fan going. I do you get like breadcrumbs, like buttered breadcrumbs with whatever seasoning you'd like to put on them. I could beer batter them, but I don't have any beer, and I don't think whiskey batter is a thing, so. I believe the ICP will find a scientific grant for the study max. Well, of course. Cabinet evening, you can't say to your friends, trust me, I'm an engineer. YouTuber sounds a bit odd. Oh my. Okay, so this is a huge pet peeve of mine with, like, every now and then I like to pop on other Discords and just like Control F my name and see what comes up. The amount of people who think I call myself an engineer and use it as like a detractor, like, oh, he calls himself an engineer. Could somebody find a clip where I've called myself an engineer or claim to be an authority on anything I say? Because if you're longtime viewers of the channel, you know I barely know what I'm doing half the time. You guys are helping me through this. I'm just like, where do they come up with this stuff? Why is my left brace always twisted? Because it's my right brace. And you're looking at me, that's why. But I sound good. I sound good now. Go watch some of my first streams. I sounded horrible. Even my videos. Go watch a video I did like a year ago. I've gotten so much videos. I think I've, to my credit, in my personal opinion, I think I've been pretty good at streaming for a while in terms of like the way I talk and my on-air personality and whatnot. Videos were really bad until I think like the last couple months. Like my videos used to be like, okay, and so Clipper, it's a 3D printing firmware, and it's really cool because it runs on the Raspberry Pi, and yeah, go watch. Tool and mold guy, exactly. The only thing I can claim to be knowledgeable on with backing is I did 7 years in a tool and mold shop. I started as an apprentice. I had my ticket. I don't have it now because it's expired, obviously, because I'm not in the trade anymore. I did go to college, apprenticeship, got my ticket, 7 years tool and mold trade, live experience. If you have a Tesla, I have, if it's a Model S, X, or 3 built in the past 6 years, I built your front fascia, or I built the mold that built your front fascia, or rear fascia, depending on the car. Do you have a Starlink satellite with the square antenna? I built the mold that they use for that. So yes, I do have. I can claim to be somewhat of an not an authority, but I do have experience with mold making. So when stuff comes to that, I can talk about it and go, yes, I do have experience in that subject and knowledge in that subject. When it comes to Kiao, Lord help us. We have 480 people here. Hi, everyone. Hey. If you haven't yet, enter to win some free filament, because right now, okay, so that's 520 of you entered. So more people have entered that are here. So if you entered and left, why you do this? But enter to win some filament. We give away a spool of filament from Polymaker every stream. And then also, speaking of Polymaker, if you want to help support the channel, content I create, things I do, consider becoming a member of the channel, Patreon supporter. If you want to help others, consider gifting memberships, or, you know, just liking that smash button, subscribing to the channel, ringing the bell, and join the Discord, link in the description. Community contest in like 2 weeks. So go join the community Discord. You get some free hats. Am I happy now? Yes, Polar Ted, I am so happy. Your Clipper install video is a bit old. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. That's okay. So if you notice on my shit, what video was it? What was the recent video I did? My channel. What? I'm trying to remember what video it was. Oh, tap video. Yeah, it was the tap video. Okay, let me pull it up here. YouTube takes forever to load when I'm streaming. Damn it. Have I heard of Aurora Systems? Nope. Damn it. Right, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know I have it in here. Where is it? Yeah, right here. Maybe. I have a disclaimer in here. Yeah, here. Right here. There. Videos can fall out of date with information. Please review the manual during build to ensure you do not miss anything important. That's something I realize I'm going to put in any video that references anything, because videos come out of date. The amount of comments I get on my like input shaper video be like, oh, that doesn't work. It's like, yeah, you don't have to put numpy on it anymore because numpy is now part of a normal clipper install. It used to not be, but now it is. But I can't go back and update the video. So either I just delete the video or I just leave it up and it is what it is. So, nice. 3DP, $2. Cheers. Remember, the critics is always easy. Yeah. So that's the problem with the video. The video is, once I edit it and upload it to YouTube, that's it. I can't change it. I could put like a little comment, like the video I have on cleaning rails. I got a big thing, you know, read the description, because, you know, people are still taking rails apart. You don't have to do that anymore. Rails aren't shit. They used to be shit and you had to clean them. Now you don't. But like, that's the only thing I can really do with videos. Video on macros for Clipper. Here's the problem. I would have to learn Clipper macros. I don't use Clipper macros. I use start, stop. That's it. And the macros I use, I've been using them for like 2 years. I haven't changed them. To add captions and blurring. You can blur, but you can't add captions. And I don't like blurring, because if I blur videos, it's like, for example, if I have to blur something on a live stream, and if for those that watch my live stream after the fact, hi, if you're watching this in the future, let me know what you had for lunch today in the comments below, and if it was tasty. But if you're watching a live stream in the future, what ends up happening if I have to blur it, once you edit a live stream, you lose live chat. So normally if you go back and watch a live stream of mine, you can see chat, like you still get chat on the side, but on an edited live stream, you don't get chat anymore. So that's why you guys live in a box now on the screen. Oh, Saval failed. Saval failed. Is there a good video on Kiao? Daniel, wait for my Pi 02 or my Orange Pi 02 to show up, and I'll do a video on it. Nope. Matt, YouTube is in the business, like all companies, of making money. Because if a company doesn't make money, they aren't a company anymore. It's shitty, but it is what it is. Okay, so the Saval failed again. Poopy. You wear that orange t-shirt for the Orange Pi videos? Do I have it? I don't have an orange t-shirt. Do I have an orange t-shirt? I don't know. Yeah, it takes longer to install Kiao, going through Kiao, than it does with like just, you know, flashing mainsail on. Because when you flash mainsail on, it's all built. When you're building Kiao, you have to like compile it as you go when you add stuff. Daniel D, 499, sweet, thanks, cheers. I'm wearing one. My color is your monitor coloring? Is my monitor coloring that off? This is a red shirt. This shirt is red. Like, it's red. This is red. So it's a printed solid shirt. Printed printed solid. I don't know what happened. I put it through the wash and like all the text got like destroyed in a line. But the shirt's red. Orange red. Okay, so Saval failed. Okay, let's stop print. So to be fair, they're both failing. So they're both failing. Okay, so drop this over to SV06. Slice down. Export G code. Go. Your Milwaukee looks much more red than my shirt. I think it's just the lighting, because like this is red. This is Polylite ASA red. Like it's red. I think it's just the lighting makes it look not as red. Dress is blue. What time are we at? We're at 4:07, so we still got 50 minutes here. From the Patreon account, Discord is so confusing to me. You get used to it. Discord is my preferred method. Okay, speaking of Discord, the other day Twitter's DMs went down, okay? And while I interact with my community on Discord, Twitter, as much of a cesspool and hive of scum of villainy it is, it's pretty much my primary contact with a lot of other content creators and like people I work with, like Jason, for example, from LDO, is pretty much Twitter DMs. So Twitter DMs being down was kind of annoying. So I decided to capitalize on it, because this was the other day when there was all the other Twitter drama going on with Prusa. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to be devious and I'm going to bait. Okay. So let me find it here. I put out this tweet. Okay. Okay. Where is it? Right here. So I put this tweet out here. Looks like Twitter DMs are down. How else am I supposed to share memes with Joe? I figured, you know what? I've interacted with Joe Prusa in the past. People call me a shill because I think the guy's friendly and I get along with him. This is perfect Joe Mama bait. I'm gonna lay my trap. I'm gonna put the twigs over it. I'm gonna put the dirt and the leaves, and somebody's gonna come along and they're gonna fall into it, and I'm gonna hit them with a Joe Mama. Okay? I woke up the next morning and nobody took the bait. You have no idea how disappointed I was that nobody took the bait. Nobody fell for it. They're like, oh yeah, you know, you can't text with Joe or whatever. I'm like, so disappointed. I was like, somebody's gonna do it. Somebody's gonna do it, right? And then I realized the people that probably would do it, I have them blocked on Twitter anyways. But I'm like, somebody's gonna do it. And nobody took the bait, and I couldn't make my Joe Mama joke. So disappointed. See, you guys are trying to be nice, right? David and Joe who? Joe Mama, it's not the same. It's not the same. As a German, I don't understand that. Okay, so in this case, Martin, your English may not be first language. Joe Mama in English sounds very, you know, when you say it like Joe Mama, it's kind of a mispronunciation of your mama, which is your mother. It's a your mom joke, okay? Think of it akin to a cleaner version of a D's nuts type joke. A more school-aged version of a D's nuts joke. What camera would I recommend for a beginning YouTuber? I started off with my phone. If you go on my channel, literally, I used a phone. Also, what's with all these? Okay, nothing, like, not calling you out, but like lately, the past couple streams, I have people ask me how to be a YouTuber, and this is like a new thing for me. So anyways, so these are all my videos. If you go back to roughly about, okay, how far back? These videos, okay. These videos with the green mat, this video, up until this video. Okay, not this video. So yeah, new camera. Okay, so 2 years ago, this one was using my original streaming setup. So yeah, so up until this video, which 2 years ago, so 2020, November 2020, up until November 2020, I literally used a Samsung S6 taped to a pole that looked down like this. So I had the camera like this on an old mic stand that I had it taped to. Literally, I taped it to it each time, and I just hit record, and it just recorded my voice and camera, and that was it. That's how the first like 2 years I ran the channel were just that. That's all you need. That is all you need. Because what matters with YouTube, okay, it's not video, okay? It's not video, okay? Watch this. I'm gonna do a demonstration. We're gonna do some demonstrations. You go here. Okay, you're gonna go there, there. Okay, you ready? Okay, so this isn't too bad. This is a Logitech C920. Okay, it's actually, you're probably gonna look a little smoother because this is 60 FPS, and my 4K camera, which is a Sony a6300 at 4K, can only do 30. Okay, so this is 60 FPS. So this is a webcam. This is a $50 webcam. What you don't want and what you need to worry about
is audio. Audio is what you need to worry about when it comes to being a YouTuber. As long as your video is good enough, you're okay. It's bad audio that is bad for a YouTube channel. Okay? You can get by with bad video. You can buy with okay video. You can do a really good channel with okay video. Okay? But bad audio,
you don't want bad audio. You don't want bad audio. That is the this mic right here on my wireless lav, or on my Bluetooth mic. Okay. So if your plan is just to do videos, your phone is plenty good enough. Okay. Audio fun. I've got a Rode, actually, Tagley, $20. Cheers. I am looking on upgrading to a Rode Wireless Go 2 at some point, or maybe if I don't know if it goes on sale with DJI wireless audio, because I want to get 2 wireless lavs for when I cover events, so I don't have to carry around my because right now when I do live events, I carry this guy around, which is a Zoom H4n, which is really nice. I like it. But this way I have a lav on me and a mic I can give to people I interview. Because the Rode Wireless Go is only one receiver and one transmitter, unfortunately. I gotta get this, I can't just buy another transmitter. I have to buy another Rode Wireless Go 2, which is transmitter and receiver in two of them. Anyways, long story short, use your phone. Depending on what you want to do, just use your phone, okay? Beyond that, really any good camera. If it's a good camera, it's a good camera. And for audio, this is a Rode Wireless Go lav. Lavs are good because you're always going to get audio no matter where you're standing. If you go back and watch my early streams and videos, I had a mic. And the problem with a mic is you have to be, if you're just standing there talking, a mic's okay. But the moment the mic's over there and you're looking over here, or you're not always the same distance from the mic, you run into issues. So lavs are nice because it's always the same audio quality. What phone am I got a Pixel 6 at the moment. Yeah, sound is hard. As long as it's good enough. Here's the thing. If you're going, no dollars camera, okay, using your phone, okay. The return, the ROI is like, okay. So spending no money with a whatever built-in mic, okay, whatever. You get a good camera, good mic, you're here. Then you get like a camera and mic that's 3 times the price, and you go from, you know, no camera and no mic to good camera and good mic, and you bring you from here to here. And then you drop the coin on a Blackmagic 6K with like a full, like proper audio recording setup, and your quality goes from here to here. And guess what? Okay, it don't matter how good or like how good things look and how it sounds if your content is shit. Like it depends a lot on your content. Like if you're putting out, like, look at other creators in other fields, right? You know, Moist Critical, all he does is he just sits there in a white shirt, talks to the camera, and he gets millions of views. And then you got people like Casey Neistat with all the fancy shit that he's always on the go and whatnot. You got it really depends on your setup and what kind of content you want to do. Joel films his shit on like what is it, the Cinema Canon D, oh shoot, what was he telling me he was using? I gotta look it up here. Is it a D90? I can't remember what it is. Like it really depends on what you're doing. You know, Linus LTT, they're using crazy high definition cameras, which I'll admit, now that I record my videos in 4K, most people watch YouTube in 1080p. 4K is awesome because even right now, see this? You're watching a 1440p image right now because I upload to YouTube when I live stream at 1440p. This punch-in right here is the same camera. These are the same cameras. It's just punch-in, right? And I don't have a transition on that. Why don't I have a transition on that? Oh, I just did it too quick for it to happen. Anyways, guess what? This is still 1440p, okay? Because this is a 4K camera. So I can crop in and still get the same pixel count versus like really zooming in where everything starts falling apart. So that's what high definition gives you. It allows you to crop in and do all kinds of stuff. So if I'm recording you know, footage, right? I got my camera, okay, and I'm recording something, and after I record it, I realize, oh shoot, I had my LTT store screwdriver in the shot and I didn't want it there. I can crop in so it's out of frame and you probably won't notice, versus, you know, recording something at 1080p or on a phone, because the problem is on a phone you don't have good glass. That's the problem with a phone camera. You don't have as good glass, and the bit rate isn't as high. So Patrick, I'm not gonna approve your comment, but not everyone's content is for everyone. He's doing a much better job at YouTube than me, so obviously his content's doing good in some regards. So you may not like it, but other people do. And then half the people are on the phone. Yeah. Oh yeah, and YouTube compresses the hell out of everything. So the other advantage is if you upload a video to YouTube or a live stream, at a higher bit rate. So if I upload a 4K video to YouTube and the same video at 1080p, if you are watching it on a 1080p monitor, the one that was uploaded in 4K will look better, because YouTube, the way the compression algorithm on YouTube works, it doesn't crush it as much when you upload a higher quality version. So you always want to upload your videos to YouTube as a higher resolution as possible, at a higher bit rate too. The problem is too with starting a channel, it really depends on what you want to do with your channel, right? Because here's the thing. What is it? 1 million hours of content's uploaded to YouTube every minute or something stupid like that. So if you're just uploading content, who's going to find it? Who's going to, like, the only reason my channel is even what it is right now, I promoted my shit on the YouTube, or correction, the Voron Discord when I started, because I'm on the Voron team. So I went to people that were a captive audience and go, hey, look at my stuff. And they did. If you go on the Voron Discord and go to the help video section, I got a bunch of my videos pinned there. So I started off by, you know, I had somebody to show my videos to. So if you're just uploading videos to YouTube on your own, good luck. Good luck. Now, if you're making videos for a community and you're sharing those videos with the community, you might get those initial views to get the ball rolling. Because right now, my channel is growing mostly from YouTube. I don't get a lot of people from the Voron Discord anymore that, you know, find my channel because of Voron. It's the other way around. So my channel is self-sufficient now, but that getting started is rough. True, lighting is also important. Yes, cheap lights. I got a light there, whatever those newer LED panels are, and I got a light there. And then in the room, I got 2 big honking fluorescent lights on the ceiling. And then I got 2 panel lights there, like, I got 2 lights there, and then I got a light there. So there's a lot of light in this room. It's been to watching Disney. Yeah, I watch all my YouTube videos in 4K. I pay for unlimited 1 gigabit internet. I want to use it because you get a higher bit rate. Found Voron. Yeah, a lot of people find Voron because of my videos. So, Salad Fork is a Salad Fork is a Trident built with V2 parts. So how the Micron is a V2 built with V0 parts, a Salad Fork is a Trident built with V0 parts. So it's a small Trident. Also, if you sell items, you can sell, promote. Yeah, but I don't like doing that. Like, in case you don't notice, I don't really pimp affiliate links too much. I have affiliate links in the bottom, and if you want to go help support the channel, go buy it. But like, you don't see me popping up in a Polymaker logo on screen saying, go buy this shit. It's good shit, don't get me wrong. It's a great printer job. We're printing it right now. But I don't like doing that. I don't know. I do it when I think it can come up naturally in a conversation. But I don't like, you know, I don't have pop-ups all over my screen with 1 million different companies saying go buy their stuff so that I can make money off of it. And I'll only ever do affiliate links for things that I personally approve. Like, in case, like I've had, even Saval, they're like, here, you want an affiliate link? I don't have I don't have a Saval affiliate link. I don't have a Big Tree Tech affiliate link. Because when I do the videos on them, I haven't used their product yet. Or I haven't used it enough to say, hey, I endorse it, so I won't use affiliate links. So. Are there bad filament? Yep, there's still bad filament. I just don't use it. And I couldn't tell you what it is, because I've got a place in town that makes filament, Replatech. They make really good ABS. They're Canadian. Their PLA is pretty good, but their ABS is MG94 ABS, which is like the same ABS Stratasys uses in their machines. It's Gucci ABS. So if I need filament right then and now, I just drive over to their place and buy it. Polymaker, they make all the filament you could want from different types, and they make good shit. They're the ones I have an affiliate link for, and we give away a spool of their filament every stream. So if you want to win some, link in the description. Another brand is Sparta 3D here in Canada. They do a lot of Galaxy filament, so Sparkle ABS. That stuff's good. So I bought my Prusa. I gotta hurry up and get my Prusa affiliate link. If I'm gonna shill for them, I might as well make some money out of it. Unlike what some people think. Okay, so we are at, oh, it's working. It's working so far. So inland, do I still have a spool of inland somewhere? Here, let me find it. This is the oldest spool of filament I own. MG Chemicals ABS gray. I bought this on my when I tried to print my Voron parts for the very first time. Remember what I said when you try to print ABS for the first time, because ABS is scary and the other YouTubers don't want you to print it and it's outdated. You know, it's the most commonly used plastic in the world for a reason. Remember how I always say, don't go on Amazon and buy the cheapest spool because you want to try it out. You don't want to spend a lot of money. So you go buy a cheap spool of ABS and it prints like shit and it stinks. So you never touch ABS again. Guess what this spool's from? I don't know why I still have it. But I do. I keep it as a reminder. Here's the funny thing though. The MG Chemicals PETG printed beautifully. It printed beautifully. I wish I still had the spool. But I did my hedemames with it. I literally printed my first Voron, a V1.0 with it, or V1.5 with it. And then it sat on a shelf for like 4 years out in the open in my basement. And then I used what was left of it to print my hedemames. It stinks. It challenged me to build something with it. It stinks. Is it okay to... Yeah, no, panel clips are fine. You can print them out of PLA if you want. I would say PETG because of better layer adhesion. They probably last a bit longer. But they're outside the chamber. They don't get that hot. How much time we got left on this? 70%. 3 hours left. Cool. Probably they use injection molded. Probably. You have to remember, there's different resins for filament. When there's not like, you don't just go to the store and buy ABS. There's different resins that are used to make the filament, right? Because remember, majority of filament manufacturers don't make their resin. I'm pretty sure none of them do, even Prusa. You buy bulk resin, and then you mix that with whatever colorant you want, and you feed them through your filament extrusion machines, and out comes your filament. I have a video on my channel where I interviewed David from Printed Solid, and we talk about filament manufacturing. If you want to know more, go watch that. I also did one with Replatech too, for the local Canadian company. So anyways, so there's different types of resin for ABS, and it's formulated for different use cases. Now, good quality resin or good quality filament is made using resin designed for FDM. The shitty cheap stuff is used like the stuff that would go into like Barbie dolls and whatnot. So, how am I streaming? I stream for 3 hours usually, so 5 o'clock. Start at 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't think I've ever used inland filament because I don't know if they sell it in Canada. I used Hatchbox. I remember when I started getting into 3D printing, I used a lot of Hatchbox. Want to upgrade to a full metal hot end? How do I pick all the options out there now? Depends on your hot end. If you're looking, well, it's still chuging. If you have like a Mark 8 hot end, like the one used in the Crealities, I think the cheat we recommend, or I tried it and it worked, was you go online and you buy a Triangle Labs Titanium Chimera heat break, because it's pretty much drop-in compatible. Canada needs more local filament choice. The problem is, DeWitt, you can have one in a big city. The problem is the big city is a 4-hour drive away from you. That's the problem. Unless you live in like if you're in Alberta, I guarantee you're not going to find a filament place unless you live in Calgary or Edmonton, and that's it. Maybe Medicine Hat. But if you live anywhere else, you're good luck. In Calgary and the fair. Yeah, here in Windsor, which considering we're like the injection molding manufacturing capital of like North America, as far as I'm aware, there's only one company in the town that does anything 3D printing related, and that's Replitech. What's a good hot end? A Revo or Rapido. I like the XG hot end, but its nozzles are proprietary, and it's not as common of a nozzle as a Revo, so it's a little bit, you know, more niche. Whatever one your kit comes with, that's probably the one you're going to end up using. Revo high flow when? I will say this tree support, let me see, can I pull up the bamboo here and see what the tree supports are doing? I decided to try bamboo tree supports on here, just to see how they would turn out. And let's see here. That's all device. This is really annoying with the P1P. I'm starting to get like, not fed up, but on my computer upstairs, I have two monitors. I got two 24-inch monitors, 1080p's, and then I have an old monitor mounted to the wall above them. And what I do is I just have all my printers, the videos from my printer feed on there, and sometimes mostly Discord. But I'll have like the printers that I have running are up there. I can't really do that with the bamboo machine because you have to like, this is all off 1 point. Yeah, it's holding up pretty good. Oh, we got a little booger back there. It's having issues with the corners at the high speed. But the problem is you can't like minimize this down like cleanly. Like you can't shrink this bar. I can't get rid of that bar. I can't, like, it doesn't minimize down or anything. You can shrink this in a bit, but then you lose your heat information. So like you gotta, this is like as small as you can like shrink this and still see everything. It's annoying. Versus like, you just pop out the web feed and a browser for all the other printers and just minimize it. You're good. So it'd be nice if you could pop that out. You could feed, I know you could feed the feed into another program, but like, it'd be nice if I could just push a button here to pop it out into its own little window. I don't want to have to launch VLC and then connect, like load it up every time. Like, I just want to be able to pop it out. Plus, I can't watch both printers at the same time in their app here. I have to like, I can only watch one at a time. So if I wanted to, I'd have to do two. It just makes it a pain in the butt. Like, make it simpler. Like, you should be able to. Just make it simpler. Does it have a heated chamber? No, it doesn't have a heated chamber. So right now, inside the chamber, it's like 49C, according to this. So it's 49C inside my X1. Aux fans at 0, chamber fans at 0, part fans at 10%. Yeah, but the problem is I don't want to have to open OBS. Like, I don't want to have to open OBS anytime I'm doing, like... It's just annoying. Why should I have to rely on a third-party program to monitor a print? Like, I know my Vorons, I just open web pages. Just open another web page or tab. Or I just use the fact that in Clipper, you can just, you know, LVOV2. I could just do this, and okay, this camera isn't working and this machine's offline. But like, I can just watch all my printers at once. Easy. But Bamboo's got to be their own thing. And then if you want to watch it outside of their app, which you can't minimize, you got to open up another program. It just, yeah. Inelegant. Spaghetti detection is just some guy in China watching. He must be asleep because in the over half a year I've owned the X1 here. Spaghetti detection has caught a failed print exactly once on my X1. Once. In like 8 months of using it. I got this before Murph. Murph was in June. So what? That's got to be like 8-9 months. And spaghetti detection has worked exactly once in that time. That will be direct fit in the SV06. I've never taken apart the SV06 hot end. Is it if it's a Revo-esque one, then Revo 6. If it's a Creality-esque hot end, the CR6 or the CR Revo or whatever it's called. Otherwise, I don't know. I've never actually taken it apart. You'd have to look online to see what hot end it uses. I've never taken it apart. Actually, no, I did. That was a Hurricane I took apart. How many spaghetti did you get? Actually, quite a bit. If I need to print something reliably, I trust this Voron more than the Bamboo. The Bamboo has more fails than my Vorons. It happens a lot whenever I'm printing multiple things with support or they're tall. It has a tendency of knocking shit over. I don't know if it's because of the high speeds or what, but I have more failed prints on the Bamboo. Now, to be fair, I have less now that I fixed my bed with a piece of tape, because before I wasn't getting perfect first layers because I was having inconsistent readings with the bed probes because they use piezoelectric sensors in a moving object, which you don't do, but they did it, and it works okay until it doesn't. But after I fixed that, I haven't had many issues. So, where's the camera mounted my Trident? It's on the back. Big Papa Joey P. So this is my Trident right there, and hello. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Shoot. The Prusa failed. Yep. Prusa failed again. Huh. Stop print. Nope. Man, that is a pain in the butt. Do you use Z-Hop? Yes. Yes, I do. Yeah, that's the Calvin security camera. Also, Toasty. Because with Toasty, I can open panels, and you can see out into the room. But both these machines, the camera is literally just mounted with a piece of double-sided tape on the back panel. But yeah, Vitaly, thanks for the 20. I do use Z-Hop on pretty much all my printers. Temperature that we were trying to print at was 215. Okay, okay, I'm gonna start a print on the Prusa here that we can actually, like, not a torture test, so that we can actually compare the two. So I need a good, like, test print. Matt, $5. Cheers. Any tip for Clockwork 2 Geidler print tolerance? I just can't get those right. I just printed mine and they went together, so I haven't had to change anything. Adjust your outer wall diameter or flow rate, maybe. I don't know what issue you're having exactly. Benchy boat. A benchy. Benchies are boring as hell. All we do is benchies. All we do is print benchies. Explorer models. What has had the most likes? Downloads. What has had the most downloads in the past week? The Benchy. Articulated Spirit Dragon. No support. Easy. It's always the same prints. It's always the same prints on these. Articulated Shark. Moon City. Groot. It's always Groot. It's always the same prints. That's the problem with, like, that's one of the things that kind of... There's Cali Dragon. You know what? Screw it. We'll do the Cali Dragon. I like the Cali Dragon. Everyone likes the Cali Dragon. There we go. slice. So to be fair, both of them failed. There. Or actually, no, I don't know if the SPOOL one has failed yet, so. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's a Prusa, not a Prusa fight. Because they both keep failing at the same thing. Like, they can't... I will say the SPOOL is getting further along. That's for sure. Yeah, the SPOOL is definitely getting further along. What are we at right now? 500? E3D spider. I've done the spider. I printed like 30 something of the spider, because what I did was I printed it with the MMU on the AMS. So I did the filament change. So I printed it like, you know, like orange pumpkin, white web, black spider with like different colored eyes. So I did different batches of the different colored eyes, and I gave them to the little guy to bring to school for Halloween to give out, because they're not allowed to give out candy. Like, the kids in schools here, they're not allowed to bring candy to give to other kids because of allergies and whatnot. So they do like little trinkets and whatnot. So I printed out like 30 of them, different colored eyes to give out. Matt, thank you for becoming a member. Any tips on how to flash an SKR Mini E3 V3? I would say just follow the manual for what they say. Make sure you have the file name correctly. Are you flashing it with Marlin, with Clipper? If you're flashing with Clipper, you would have to read the Clipper instruction on how to flash it. Try to print it on a Voron. That's got a 0.4 nozzle in it. I could try it. What is that? Oh, that's loaded with ABS. You know what? You know what? That Trident. ABS, discard. Discard. Yep, delete that. Brim slice. It's a little big on a Trident, don't you think? I'm gonna print it at like 20% speed. Oh, and no support. No support. Slicing it with support there. Also, this is where we find out if my breaker breaks. Because I'm about to fire up a 600 watt bed. No, not tall boy. Where is the Trident? Big Papa Joey P. There we go. Print. So if the stream crashes, it's because I popped a breaker, and then I'll be back. Mr. Minden, thank you for becoming a member. That would explain. Okay, so remember earlier in the stream, somebody asked me about the humidity in my room and like what it is, and I'm like, oh, it's currently 25.5 degrees Celsius, and the humidity in the room is 34 degrees or 34% humidity. It is still 34% humidity But the room is no longer 25.5. It's now 28.3 degrees. I guess having, you know, 4 printers printing, and I'm about to fire up number 5, heats up the room a little bit. I got a little fan going right here. How many? Okay, so when I was doing, when I was printing the Mando armor, okay, I had Trident going, I had the LDO V2 going, I had V226 going, I had the Bamboo going, and I had the Prusa going, okay, and they were all printing, except for the Prusa, they were all printing ABS or ASA, so they all had their beds running hot, and I also had one of the resin printers going. That is the most I've had running at once in this room. Right now, I've got the Prusa, I've got the SPOOL, I got the Bamboo, I got the one V2, the smaller V2, and I got the Trident coming online right now. So the Trident's heating up its bed right now. I may not want... Does the Bamboo have power recovery? I don't know if the Bamboo has power recovery. I don't think I've ever checked that. Does the Bamboo have power recovery? I've never actually checked that. No. Okay. In that case, hopefully we're okay. Here's the thing. Once the printer is online, like right now it's heating up, right? So right now, this is the most power draw it's ever going to see. This one is on a UPS though. This one has a UPS. That one does not. Bamboo does not. So right now we're actually okay. If I were to bring all these printers online at the same time, we probably would have an issue, because remember, the beds are PWM. And they're not always on, so they're cycling, right? Same with even the heaters. So it takes a lot of power to heat them up to temp, but once they're on temp, they kind of like cycle, like on, off, on, off, on, off. So you don't get the same consistent power draw once they're at temp. So right now is actually the worst case, because the bed on this is heating up. So it's just going nonstop on. So if we're okay now, we should be okay. Just unplug the Bamboo and plug it. Yeah, just quickly plug it into the UPS. It'll be good. So I'm going to drop my print speed down to 20% on this guy. There we go. Well, SPOOL failed. Yep. Okay, so in our totally fair and consistent test between the Prusa and the SPOOL, they both fail. They both fail. And the prints look like, other than the fact they both fail, they both look pretty much identical. So let's put a Cali Dragon on the SPOOL now. Well, they're not failing at the initial bridge, but they're like flopping over. Like you can see here, they're both like, they start, but then they fail. The SPOOL is getting further. The SPOOL is orange. The SPOOL is getting further than the Prusa, but they, like, looking at the actual print quality, they're pretty much near identical. Like they look both the same. So the SPOOL is getting farther along. So it's doing the bridge a little bit better, but it's still failing. But it's still failing at a third the price, so that ain't bad. Because here's the thing, and this is what big printer don't want you to know. Pretty much all modern printers print fine. Just take the time to tune your profile. They'll all print good. You might not have the best cooling, so you may have to go a little bit slower. Or, you know, different hot end capabilities and extruder capabilities, but let's be honest, any good printer, you can tune it to print a good bed sheet. So judging printers on just print quality alone is very hard to do. That's why if you watch any review video I do, which I don't do a lot of them, I don't really spend a lot of time talking about print quality, because unless the printer is absolute shit, it'll print fine. It just might not be as fast. Print the Cali Dragon. Well, we'll find out if Bamboo, if it has power recovery, if we lose power. But I think we're okay. My lights aren't flickering or anything, so. The P1P, okay. I got it on the X1 though. How fast is the bridging speed? I don't know. Let's find out. Because we were doing default settings, print settings, speed. Where is bridging? 30. So it worked better at a faster speed, or did you lower it? Yeah, this is PLA. This is printing PLA. Benchmarking motor? I don't know what you're talking about, benchmarking motor. What I think about the 5. Troy J, that's just straight up marketing stuff you always see with marketing. Yeah, you know, if your average printer is an Ender 3, then yeah, it's faster. But that's, we didn't, they wrote that article. What do I think of the Trad Rack MMU? It's a different take on doing it. They have their, for their design, they have the pusher motor, the extruder motor, and the feed gear moving along the track, versus the way it's done on the MMU, where it's kind of fixed and it's a pusher. It's a different way of doing it. If they're doing it with the servo has to work more because you have to pivot more weight, but you have less chance. It seems simpler. I don't know. I haven't really looked in. I've seen a video of it working. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'm probably not going to build one because I don't even use my ERCFA. So. Should I get the SV06? Depends on how big of a print build you need. If you don't need bigger than 250 or 220, then don't bother. If you need bigger than 220, then I would say get the Plus. Oh, that's the retraction. Like, what is that noise? It's getting hot in here. I got nothing under my apron. Suited for bed slinger. The bed slinger part of it's not a thing. The print is so small and so lightweight. Bed flingers aren't affecting it. Like, it's not like the print's whoop, 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 whoop. The tool head's knocking it off more than the bed moving is causing anything. If it was, you know, this big, yeah, maybe a bed flinger come into play, but such a small print, bed flinger ain't doing it. Or isn't what's causing them to fail. It's normal for that stealth burner can't print PLA and keep it cool. Even 50-degree bed and close panels off and 100% fan. It prints PLA just fine. This is PLA at, I don't know what speeds it are because I didn't slice it. This was sent to me, the G code, but this was the Prusa organic support test model, sliced for a Voron. So whatever it was, whatever the default Prusa marks or Prusa slicer Voron speeds are. And this is PLA. This is Polyalchemy Elixir, the last of my silver. So yeah, Stealth Burner could do PLA just fine. What fans do you have in it? That is the question. Max the fan out. You might be printing too fast. You might just have to slow it down a bit. And that was printed just like this, where I just take the front panel off and that's it. Take the door off. Yeah, you're probably just trying to print too fast. That's on a Revo with an LGX hotend too. FYI. Revo 0.4 Obsidian. I don't even bother taking the side panels up. I just open the door. That's been good enough. And just don't print dummy fast. Print at a reasonable speed. It's better to print something in 2 hours than print it in an hour and a half and have it fail or look like shit. Doesn't matter how fast you print if the print doesn't finish right. Warrants are speed printers. Where does it say that? Where does it say that? Oh, no, speed's not there. Printers. Where? Documentation, maybe? About Voron. Speed. Oh, okay. It allows increased accelerations and speeds. The motion system. That's the only time speed comes up. Other people outside the Voron team that just keep repeating stuff they've heard are the ones that keep saying Vorons are designed to be speed printers. They're not. They're Core XY, which is a fast motion system, but it's also a very simplistic motion system that allows a very compact print volume to machine size. That's one of the reasons Core XY was chosen. It's also, you got 2 motors. It's very compact. It allows you to have a lightweight gantry, a very compact gantry. Like in terms of how much bigger the printer is versus the print size, Voron's one of the best. Yes, it's inherently fast, but Voron's not designed to be a speed printer. We have just enough part cooling. Ever pull out the Death Racer? Still printing mine. I built one for Earth. It broke. I haven't rebuilt it. And Hamtronics, thank you for becoming a member. Well, we've seen the 247. Yeah, but the dude's slapping a leaf blower on his printer. That's his own thing that he's doing. That has nothing to do with Voron. Is the Trident alive? Oh my god, the Trident's alive. Oh my god. What's it doing? It's printing really slowly. Okay, maybe 20% is a little slow. Let me bump that up to 40%. 20% is a little slow. There we go. Do your thing. Okay, we got 1 minute before we do the giveaway. So if you haven't entered to win some Polymaker filament, link in the description. Enter, do this now. The heart failed on my X1C even with all the settings turned down. However, the RSD is still going past the break. I think the X1 is like, you have to go crazy slow on the X1. The X1 I think is a very brute forcey printer. It just fast. It's I don't know. When we were looking at the model there, I didn't see a single successful print off an X1 or a Bamboo. Yeah, it's a 350 Trident, and we're printing an itty bitty heart on it. But the model's designed for 0.4, and my LDO V2 has a 0.6 in it. So, thoughts on the Rook? Seems pretty cool. If I get a kit, I'll build one. If you're looking for like a very simple Core XY that's mostly printed, go for it. It's not the first time something like that has been done. It's just the kind of currently the popular one. Because I've seen, you know, mostly 3D printed type printers. Oh, I got another broken key. Seriously? How do I have so many broken keys on these keyboards? Okay. So. That's 715 people entered. Oof. It is getting warm in here. I'm going to do this draw so I can get out of this room. Thick bridge, I don't know. It was whatever default settings are. Hot chocolate was a bad choice, but it was delicious. Forgot to enter. We do it every stream. We did it every stream. Okay, speaking of stream, somebody give me a number between, let's do between 5 and 15. Between 5 and 15. I need a number, and I need engagement for the YouTube metrics. 12. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, some computer algorithm probably knows. So let's find out here. And our big winner is Kenneth. Kenneth D. Congratulations, Kenneth. I think this is the first time you won. If you're the Kenneth I think you are. Maybe not. Maybe not. Different Kenneth. It's according to the Gmail. Okay, congratulations. You will get an email from me after the stream ends. A little form you got to fill out. You'll get your filament a couple days to a couple weeks, depending on where you live in the world. Is everyone golf claps in chat for Kenneth? No, not you, Kenneth. Different Kenneth. The other Kenneth. No, not you, Kenneth. The other Kenneth. So yeah, so cool. Again, probably won't be a video this weekend because the stuff that I wanted to do the video on isn't in yet. And the other stuff that I might move up because that came in, and we'll see. There might be a video. If not, it'll be a very short one or something. I don't know. But yeah, tomorrow we'll carry on with the V0 build. So I got to make some room. But we'll carry on with the V0 because as it is right now, it's just a cube with a bed on it. We need the rest of the printer. So yeah, so shout out to Polymaker for the spool filament we gave away today. Give away a spool every stream. For those that donated to the channel, became members of the channel, or gifted memberships to others, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. The Rat Rig is on Tuesdays. Rat Rig Tuesdays, V0 Saturdays. How high is my roof? Right there. There ain't a lot of room in this room. That's the overhead camera. So, hi, you're looking at me. There's the ceiling. It's actually a drop ceiling for most of this room. Literally. That's why people are like, why don't you just put a big shelf over there? I can't. I can't even put the V400 on this bench. If I put the V400, it's got to be on this bench because this bench is slightly lower than this bench. The V400 doesn't fit on, well, it fits, but I can't put a spool on it. I'm working under limited capacity in this room. So anyways, we're going to call it there because I'm hungry and I'm going to make some din din. So enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. I will see you tomorrow. I'll post the pictures of this on Twitter once they're done. So follow me on Twitter. Join the community Discord, community challenge last Friday of the month. So make sure you enter there. And I will see you tomorrow. Cheers.